Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin. Welcome to Coffee, Cars, and Horror. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. If you like to listen to an audio version, I have an audio version, and that is Coffee, Cars, and Horror, etc. on all the streaming podcast platforms. And I'll talk about some of these cars that I'm sharing and the garage as well in previous videos, but I'm trying to do another video on a live version, kind of basically, or a video version rather, to show my vehicles and stuff in my garage. Disclaimer: it is most of the vehicles and garage and stuff is dirty and needs cleaned up and tidied. I'm aware of it. I am going to try to take care of that. As most places are not always that clean. Mine is definitely not. Vehicles definitely need to be cleaned. We've had a lot of rain and had a lot of stuff here, so we have, you know, going to definitely try to do better. But in this video, I'm going to share. It used to be my mom's car, but is now mine, and it's a 1966 Mustang. I have just about, I'm more of, I love Mustangs. I've been a big fan of Mustangs. But this car here, a reason why I got it is my mom was thinking about selling it. And I didn't want it to go to nobody else. It's been in the family for so long that I just realized I had to have it to keep it so I could pass it on to my family. And it's a 289 automatic. I believe numbers matching with the pony interior. I have a headlight out on the driver's side. One of them, the bright's out, so I got it out to fix and repair. And I got my bartender here, Dean. He pours me a drink and takes care of things. I got some games there that keeps me company. He even got some slot machines, that I want. Watching Biker Build Off there. I love watching some old shows. But like I say, this isn't nothing fancy. I bought it this year. My mom's had it for over 20 some years, and she doesn't get to drive it that much, and she was just wanting to sell it and get something else. And I was like, I can't let it go somewhere else. And so I bought it. So it'll go to my kids, like with all my other vehicles. But, it's got the original pony interior. They're not the greatest shape, but by far not terrible. And it had a lot of mice rebbing it from where setting so long. So I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I didn't have brakes or tail lights when I got it, and now I do. I fixed the switch on it, so brake light switch. So now I have that working. I have signals, front lights. I put new clear reverse lights under it, and it's a good car. I got to go through all this mess right here and clean up more rat and mice stuff, but it's a very straight car. Nothing wrong with it. Got it at a good deal. Of course, family discount. I guess that's just my shut, right? There we go. And so, it ain't bad. It's a nice little car. I mean, it's manual steering, manual brakes. But this one was a luxury package, I guess. I pulled the VIN and stuff on it. It has the 289 high performance in it, along with the pony interior, luxury pony interior. And it's amber glow paint with I can't remember the interior name, but it's amber glow and parchment interior. I think it's parchment. So, it's not bad. My mom found this in a field about over 20 some years ago, and she got it, drove it to car shows and cruise ins and stuff, but she doesn't really drive that much anymore, and she let it sit so long, and then there for a while I was the only one driving it, but she didn't want it to get rained on or nothing like that. She was really protective of the car, which I understand, but I just couldn't come and drive it willy-nilly without going to car shows and work or whatever. I just drive it to be driving it whenever I can drive it. So that's kind of what I did. And when I could, so I couldn't get to drive it that much, just to fill up with fuel or whatever. So I decided. Um, she's like, "Well, you want to buy it?" So I waited around and decided to go ahead and purchase it this year. And we took our tax money, and that's what we bought. Usually we use it for vacations. So we're going to sacrifice vacations this year for the greater good, to have something to pass down to my kids so they can do whatever they want with it when they get it. I hope they take care of it. I hope they, enjoy it. Um, I'm going to do my best to make sure it's in good shape for them until I go. But it's just something that you're going to see more of. We're going to cruise in it. We're going to take it to work. I mean, I don't care if it gets wet. It stays in a garage. It needs to be washed. It needs to be driven. That's what it's made to do. I mean, back in '66, you didn't have a classic car to just run around, drive around in. You drove what you had. You drove the car. You drove it in a storm. You drove it in the winter. I'm not saying I'm going to necessarily do all that, but I'm going to um, do the best I can with it. So I wanted to share it in all of its glory because there's not going to be much changed. I mean, it's going to be cleaner. I'm going to clean out the back and stuff, but really the only thing I'm going to do to this thing, and it's going to be a future project, is I'm going to add disc brakes. And that's pretty well it. I'm going to add disc brakes to the front. I would like to go ahead and add disc to the rear as well. But that's it. I don't plan on adding anything extra to the car. I plan on keeping it mostly original um, because I just think that that's the way it should be. Um, I'm not a fan of the color. It's not really my favorite color or anything like that. A friend of mine, repainted it back, I don't know, several years ago. It's been many, many years ago, and he did a good job with it. And it still shines up good. Mom waxed it and everything, but I got it and it got set outside and got a little wet when I'm working on other vehicles. I have a 3-car garage, and I have no place to really put when I'm working on stuff to put anything anywhere. So I kind of just pull one out, work on it, and put it back in the garage. So that's kind of what I've done. But that's it. I mean, like I say, I ain't really got far on it. I'm going to do a few little things here and there, and of course I'll share it if you're interested. I have to work on the carburetor, as it's kind of sluggish and running kind of rich, so I'm going to have to rebuild the carburetor, I think, and maybe change the oil and then change the spark plugs, as I'm sure they're fouling out. But it's all in due time. I'm going to get it done, but it'll fire right up. I had a few little things I had to do to it to get it running. Had different lines on it, and they were kind of old, so I was able to switch it around and then put a Wix filter on it. And that's about all I've done to it, other than fixing the lights and the lenses. Of tried to make it clear, tried to make it legal, got antique tags on it, and I have a few more vehicles that I'm going to share when I get time to, but I just wanted to share these right now. And like I say, I do unedited. I'm not that good at it, and I like it being real to y'all as it's real to me. And I hope you like it. If you don't, let me know what I could do to do better, as I'm very new and not that good at, at doing this type of stuff. But I also do a podcast, and that's where I do a lot of talking. And it's just a coping mechanism that I use to talk and just share what's on my mind, share what's going on, talk about my week, and just give you a an insight of my boring life. Basically, anybody can do it. Everybody kind of does, and I just said, why not me too? So, but I never, request any funds. I do it for free, do it for fun, and that's the way I like it. And nothing's going to change as far as I'm concerned. It'll stay the same, and hopefully you can just enjoy maybe seeing the vehicles that I talk about in person instead of just pictures or by audio. But This is it for this episode. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.